He is France. I am Vlad. This is the Let's Talk Battle Rap podcast brought to you by letstalkbattlerap.com, the only place to find the exclusive editorials, articles, recaps, stats, and facts on battle rap. That is letstalkbattlerap.com. With no further ado, I will throw it to my co-host France so we can start all the business on this Monday morning, a glorious Monday morning. France, how are you, player?
And we're back, man. We're back with another Monday pod. A lot has transpired in the culture. It's never a dull day or week if in this place called Battle Rap. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get some new announcements. There's always some new drama going on. We're gonna leave that alone.
Always.
Yeah, I can go ahead and yeah, go
Are
ahead
we?
and well, maybe we won't. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Stick around
But
to the end. We'll see what happens.
but you know what I'm saying? I want to kick things off because man, I might gotta get my passport renewed, Vlad.
What happened, player?
I seen a big announcements over at Premier Battle. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
They had a countdown. They were like, get ready for our big announcement today at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? They're announcing an announcement for an announcement. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then we look, and then they decided to spin the block and bring my man New Jersey Twork back to the UK. And he be battling Shotty Horroh.
Oh, he's welcomed back.
He's
They
welcome
lifted the
back.
embargo.
I guess he was one of the ones that was like, you know what, we're not that mad at you. You know, everybody but JC and Rock can come back here. That's it.
Damn, man. No, I mean, hey, listen, man. Shotty pulled some strings. He got the embargo lifted on New Jersey Twork. And now we
Mhm.
got Twork versus Shotty. That's going to be a fire battle, man. The UK dudes have definitely been stepping up their game. I mean, UK battle rap has definitely been making a you know what I'm saying, a re-emergence. Can I say that? Did I use the words wrong? I can't remember. But no, they're definitely back, man. And they've had some fire battles drop. And this is going to be crazy, man. We see what happened last time Twork was in the UK, and we seen what Shotty's been doing. We seen the battle versus Shuffle, how crazy that was. And they're not playing any games, man. They are dropping bombs. This event is going to be crazy. I already saw people trying to get tickets now, making sure that they're in the building. So, man, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, I might got to do the same, man. I'm not gonna lie. I already was like, you know what, man. I had
Priced out the
no,
tickets already?
I had no problem, you know, what I'm saying not renewing my passport. I did not want to travel internationally. I had too
Mm,
many friends of mine that went to other countries, got stuck because of COVID reasons, and ended up
mm.
staying longer than they expected. That would give me fucking anxiety. All right, I can't do that. When I'm ready to leave somewhere, I'm ready to leave somewhere. So I was like, yeah, I'll wait 4 or 5 years before I go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. And I visited a lot of places prior to the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Been to Austria, France, London, Africa, Jamaica, Canada, DR, PR,
All right,
Mexico.
international
All
bull.
right, you
Okay.
know what I'm saying? I did my thing. So I was like, y'all do y'all thing. I'm gonna chill back. I don't feel like going nowhere until it's safe.
Yeah, yeah. You sound like Jazz the Rapper's itinerary, man.
And now it's looking kind of safe. Well, maybe not, but I'm still gonna go.
My man's like, I'm gonna risk it.
I'm gonna
At the
risk it.
risk of getting trapped in the UK and eating bad food, I'm going.
I'm risking it all. I'm going for some Nando's chicken.
Mm.
How Hollow said Harrow's chicken. Coming for
Yo,
that.
I seen Gemini posted a picture of the Popeyes out there, man. Son, there was a line. It looked like a line for Summer Madness. It looked crazy.
They're like, finally.
Some seasonings.
something
Who
I can put
brought the salt over?
something I can put hot sauce on here. Damn.
And we can now eat like rappers.
Something that doesn't have beans with it. Sheesh.
Oh, haggis. Ugh. Yo, you can't fool me. Fucking haggis. No, that's Scottish. Not even British.
Yeah.
That's
So
Scottish.
I'm excited
Who
about
brought the
that though.
haggis?
It'll be going down. Let me get the exact date for you. Going down November 19th in the Steel Yard,
Oh,
actually.
oh, wait a minute. That's right around my birthday time. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah,
The Still Yard. That's a nice little venue there,
it's a,
man.
it's a good little 6 months to start getting your travel arrangements ready. You know what I'm saying? So
You know what I'm saying?
y'all start looking up them flights and hotels and figuring out your arrangements. Don't get stuck
No.
at customs, y'all, and don't try to get cute and bring anything over that you shouldn't be bringing. Knowing
Back
me,
though, man.
knowing me, man. You know what I'm
Nah, don't do
saying?
it, player. Don't do
Remember,
it.
I tried to leave with an avocado one time from DR, and they're like, "What the hell are you doing?"
You gotta check your bags 3-4 times, man,
Like,
before
what
you
the
end up.
hell are you doing? Get
You
this
gonna end
thing
up
out
on
your.
Locked Up Abroad, yo.
Oh man, this happened to
You
me
ever seen that
before.
show?
Yeah,
Yo, people be sweating in them interrogation rooms, boy.
yeah, bro.
Oh
It's
man.
happened to me before. They're like, "Hey, come over here with me. Come over here, sir. What
They're
else
like,
do you
how
have in
long were
here?"
you here for? Who'd you go
Yeah,
see? Why you
yeah.
going back home so fast?
They're gonna see all
Did
these
you pack
micro.
your bag?
They're gonna see all these microphones and audio equipment in his bag, and they're like, "Did you have a work visa?" Hey, chill out, man. I ain't make no money here. I just came to cover an event. Yeah, but we don't know that. We don't know that.
Dude's wilding out here. Nah, man. Crazy battle.
Yeah, so that's going down. Also announced on that same card, I want to make sure I get this right here too, because the name of the card is called the Plug 4.
There
That's
you
their
go.
series. They also announced Lou Castro making his debut to the UK, battling Bizzo Bond, the champ, none other than himself.
Bizzo Bond, the guy that you guys were debating for at number 20, the one that the other people didn't know on the panel.
If y'all ain't know Bizzo Bond earlier this year, I guarantee you'll know him now.
They were like, who that? Number 20, Bizzo Bond, who that?
What's crazy is he did most of his battles last year in the US.
Right. The panelists still ain't know who he was.
Right. But no, Bizzo versus Castro. I seen Castro had a nice little tweet talking about Midnight Madness champ versus UK champ. All right, hold on, slow down, sir. All right, you know what I'm saying? He went through rigorous. He went through. It's about as a champ. He went through rigorous competition. He went through rigorous competition for his one. You beat Big T for yours. Let's pump the brakes.
Ooh. Big T battle just ain't hitting the same anymore.
Not for a championship belt.
Hey, listen, man. You gotta be able to, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you got, man, you gotta brag on it. But I mean, shout out to Lou. You know what I'm saying? He seems to be getting himself back together, you know, ever since that article you dropped, France. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You take it easy, man.
I'm just saying.
I ain't mentioning it.
It's been a source of inspiration for Lou. You know what I mean? Had you as his screensaver and all that to remind him.
Yeah,
you know, man, of the levels of greatness that he can reach. But you know, read that article anytime you know what I'm saying. Anytime you get a little full of yourself, just go read that article that France wrote.
I was just having dinner with him. He a cool.
France had dinner and drinks with Lou Castro, and then decided 48 hours later, oh, let me drop this bomb of an article, and I'm gonna give him a heads up, like, yo, be on the lookout. Got something dropping about you. He's probably like, damn, oh, this gonna be fire. And then it was just an article about a mean losing streak. But I say that to say this though, man. Lou Castro's been getting it back together. Looks like he's in good form. You know, let me not even say getting it back together. He's just in good form right now. You know what I mean? He's been on a nice little streak, been performing well. Material's been good. He's been showing off. So it's like, what better time, you know what I'm saying, than to book that battle?
Facts. So I like those two announcements, man. Those are two big bangers, honestly, for them over there. And find a way to get this live stream, man. That's what I have to say. You know what I'm saying?
They gotta do it, man. They gotta do it for this one at least.
I'm sorry,
that
man.
VOD next day just ain't gonna cut it.
I've come to the realization that the VOD lifestyle it's just not it no more, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have seen important battles go on VOD over the past year that no one talks about, not even like the person's fan base.
Live is definitely the way to go, man. And I mean, if we can't get live VOD next day, it's like, all right, cool. But I'm not gonna lie, man. When it's not live, you lose that little excitement, that anticipation for it, and you're not as quick to want to cover something because you know that everyone else is gonna get to it when they get to it, as opposed to when it's live. You know that live audience is clamoring for an instant reaction for it. You know what I mean? So you know that the material is going to be there. You know that the audience is there for it. But when you get that VOD, and then sometimes when you get, you know, these drops that drop 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks later, It's hard to maintain that same excitement for a battle that dropped when you know that it dropped 8 weeks later. You know what I'm saying? So it's one thing if the battles just popped up. We didn't know they had any events or anything like that. And you're like, oh, all right, I'll take this as a surprise. But when I know it happened 2 months ago and then there's currently new things happening in the game, it's like, hold on, y'all want me to leave this fresh nonsense for this old battle here? I'll give it a shot. You know what I'm saying? But live, let's go live, Shotty. Let's go live with this. Let the whole world enjoy this at the same time, man.
I'm glad you said that because I think we could segue to a great example of something going on, right? NXT Dizaster, right? This is a
Mm.
battle. This is a battle that happened a few weeks ago. GTX made their returning event after kind of having a small hiatus, and the event was called A Lot. Had a really nice theme, real West Coast decked out celebration card. Like if you make a West Coast card, you got like a checklist, right? It's like, do I have active on this card? Check. Do I have clutch on this card? Check. Do I have Brandon on this card? Check. Do I have Fate
Yeah,
on this
Dre
card?
Vicious on this card. Check.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Hit all the checkpoints. And we wrote a recap article. Check that shit out on let's talk battle-rap.com. You know what I'm saying? Dizaster Next was the main event for the battle. Next was getting a really good shot by Dizaster, obviously. His first God tier plate. His biggest plate to date, honestly. Main event battle. Next rose to the occasion. And I actually thought we have next one in the battle. Myself, Q, who wrote the article about it, Titus Small. Everybody at LTBR has next winning the battle. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I just watched Next arguably beat Dizaster, and I haven't seen anybody talk about this for real, for real. I mean, some of the people out there from the West Coast media, like Bumpy Bars and other, like they talked about it for sure. They were there. But like the masses, right? Like the mainstream media of like battle rap. If we have that, you know what I'm saying? The big dogs.
Say what you want to say.
The big dogs. I ain't seen nobody talk about it. I'm just like, whose fault is this? Is it the rappers for not over promoting? Is it the league for not like selling these battles better? Is it the media just not necessarily covering battle rap, or is it all the above? And VOD is just once again a very much of a dead model that just nobody garners any care for.
I think France is a little bit of everything, mixed together in a pot like gumbo. But however, it's also the algorithm chasing. You know what I'm saying? It's like I've watched, I've looked at the numbers, France. There's been times where talking about the drama gets more views than the recaps of a battle. So it's like, okay, if people aren't necessarily seeing, oh, the timeline is going crazy talking about this or that or whatever, people would rather talk about the drama that's been happening rather than reviewing a battle because it's all about bringing them numbers back to your platform. So that's what happens. You know what I mean? Like, because let's keep it real. There's been battles that drop on the URL app, and as much as people always complain, like, oh, it's not live, I've got to wait, these battles are locked up on the app or whatever, there's still magically a recap for these battles. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, there's like an event that just happened. There's a VOD for it that came out the next day. There's a God tier name on it. And where's the recaps from it? From every where's it at? You know what I'm saying? So all this complaining.
Danny Myers on the card.
Come on, man. This is what I'm saying, yo. So
West Coast checklist, West Coast check. Danny Myers is on the card.
Selective outrage. You know what I'm saying? Selective coverage. You know what I mean? Selective coverage. So it's like it's everything that goes in together, man. People are gonna chase them numbers, they're gonna chase that algorithm, and they're gonna see what's popping, and they're gonna follow that lead. I mean, and West Coast guys, they gotta push for it more and more too, man. They gotta say, hey, this is what we talking about. They gotta make us think about it. You know what I'm saying?
I've just never seen a disaster battle I don't want to say not matter because it mattered to us and we cared about it. But I've never seen a disaster battle just get swept under the rug like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because the ACC no battle that got like international praise. You know what I'm saying? And it did numbers really quickly.
And that was also live.
Yeah. You think if this was live, yeah, you know what? If it was live, I definitely think that there'd be like three to four more platforms, prominent platforms that would be talking about it because it's something that's happening live and in your face. But once you give people a chance, then they gotta wait and get back to it. They're gonna treat you just like that. Unfortunately, that's how it's been.
Yeah, I don't know. The landscape has just dramatically changed to the point where I'm like, I mean, I know this is now happening where like VOD battles don't necessarily reach the masses or has the impact that it's supposed to have, but it's still kind of surreal just watching it happen in real time. Where it's like, is anybody gonna talk about Disaster and next? And nobody? No. All right, got it.
Sad, man.
Yeah,
But how was the
honestly.
battle though?
Yeah, so I do want to say the battle was fire. You know what I'm saying? Next, rose to the occasion. I'm not gonna lie, his first round, me personally, I wasn't that big of a fan of it. Like he was just trying to gun bar Disaster to death, a
Mm.
little bit of angling in there, and I was just like, this isn't hitting because it's like you're using the generic, not generic, but like the most obvious blatant angles that are available on Disaster. Math this, blah blah blah, God tier, your league, all that stuff. Scared to go to New York while trying to gun bar him. I'm like, this is like I feel like you're. This is an immature way to approach a god tier of this magnitude. Like you better have a whole other structure the next 2-3 rounds. And Disaster kind of just got in his super duper jokey bag in his first round. You know what I'm saying? His multi-syllabic acrobats all day long. But a lot of jokes, a lot of jokes.
Nothing wrong with that. Did you
I'm
laugh?
oh, I'm expecting the jokes from him. So, but some of them got a little crazy. Talking about, talking about like, you know what I'm saying, urinating and peeing in his mouth and all this stuff.
Whoa. It's too early, man. It's not even,
Yeah,
it's only
yeah.
10, 15.
That's why I
Take it
had to hit.
easy.
That's why I had to. Some of them
Take
hit,
it
some of them
easy.
didn't. But I kind of edged after that round for sure. Then next the second round, man. Next gets in a like performance bag. You know what I'm saying? Starts to like getting a real fast rap pace and does like a whole CGI scheme. It has his crazy bars like um pull out a damn shank and cut this man's face right through Disaster like the diarrhea and Frank.
Oh,
I
okay.
was like,
All right.
okay,
Okay. I
next.
like that.
Yeah, yeah. So he has some bars in the second round. And he really caught like a wave of like momentum. I'm not gonna lie, it took a little bit of time to pick up because the beginning of the second round was redundant. Then he
Mhm.
started to land those bombs. Disaster second round was solid. Was solid. I thought it took a little bit of a dip from his first round. And then next is third round, which is a pure masterpiece of like an angle about who he is to the West, the difference between them, Disaster stature, and then he does this whole little like sequence where he like pays homage to Disaster, and you know how Disaster had the whole like fast pace. The difference between you and me is bars and delivery, with
Yeah.
DNA. Next did that whole like cadence and did that whole stance, but like obviously inserted his own lines in it. And it's like the difference between you and me is like my dignity and my heart, like whole bunch of like pride that he had there. And I'm like, that's fire that you paid homage and also found a way to construct it into a creative angle. So just a bit more creativity. Disaster kind of out wrapped himself in the third round for me. Like, sometimes long rounds don't necessarily mean you win the round. And I had next two rounds 2 and 3.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's
Some high
check that
praise
one
from
out.
Disaster before we move on. He says, end quote, after you guys see the next battle when it drops on YouTube, you're gonna have no choice but to respect him. I knew next was this good and knew everyone would act surprised. And now we literally just created another reliable headliner for our future battles.
Big words.
Big praise.
Big
Next,
words.
yeah, next got a chance to talk to Titus a little bit about his performance and gave us a quote. It said, "I'm blessed and appreciative of the opportunities that I'm getting. I believe that my name will be in talks during Champion of the Year at the end of the year.
Mm.
I guess to be on the
Yeah,
list. You know
top
what I'm
20
saying?
and stuff.
Yeah. So, salute to next, man. He was supposed to battle Danny Myers this past weekend on Westworld. That got postponed, so we'll see that go down in the near future. But next is on this little run, man, between Twork, Disaster, Danny. You know what I'm saying? The level of competition has gone up this year, and he's doing his thing.
Hey, battling Danny after Disaster. He's going on that West Coast gauntlet run, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, these dudes, you have to battle Danny Myers, yo. If you're from the West Coast, a Danny Myers battle is a prerequisite before you get officially stamped, yo. Everyone who's gone on to do greatness in the West has had to battle Danny Myers. That's going to be an interesting battle.
Yeah, I'm gonna spin the block on that. I'll be in touch with my man Forward Dev. Shout out to Dev, and I'll find out when the details of them rescheduling that joint. You know what I'm saying? And when they do,
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell that man find a way to get me to watch that live. FaceTime me or something. I ain't waiting for the drop. I ain't waiting for the VOD on that one.
Yeah. You ain't put all the flim flam sitting
So
around waiting.
yeah, sticking to these West Coast guys that are rising talents from the West. You know what I'm saying? Next, obviously, doing his thing with these God tier plates. But if we cross the
Mhm.
street, there's a brother by the name of Hansel, EFB. Also EFB,
Oh,
because I
yeah.
forgot. I always forget next EFB. So next and Hansel both EFB. So the young EFB bulls are terrorizing people right now. Specifically, Hansel on the timeline. Vlad, have you seen any of this?
Bruh, I seen him and DNA going back and forth. I was getting kind of feisty, man. I haven't seen DNA really like react so seriously to someone in a long time like this. Like usually he's like, whatever, like I could beat you and stuff. But it just seemed like the way Hansel was going at it, like Hansel was just really trying to get under his skin. And not to say that he got under DNA's skin, but he definitely got DNA's attention. You know what I'm saying? And DNA definitely had to talk back to him, like, yo, you know who I am? You know what I've done? Like, do you understand? I can make this happen. Like, I don't have to sit around and wait like you do and stuff. But yo, Hansel was like, I haven't seen him gone off like this before. This is the first time I've really seen him gone off on somebody, and he was relentless with it, man. I'm like, what's going on right here, man? Kept the timeline jumping, B.
Call them for me, and I bet you they tell you to relax. That's not what you want to do right now. Now, if they feel a different way and they say yes and they send you a contract, they can send me one, and we don't have to talk.
That's okay. No, bro. I'm glad you said that. So you're saying basically, because you know that I'm a rookie, and you know that obviously they're not going to just throw us to big names that we ask for.
Politics.
No. Let you get your shit off. So you gonna let me get my shit off, bro? You basically just said you can call them. You know what answer you're probably gonna get. I'm not gonna call them because I know if I call them, I can actually get this shit in motion, and that's not what I want. That's what that just sounded like, bro. Because you know for a fact you can call them niggas right now and say, I want Hansel on the next card, and it's a done deal. But you don't want that because deep down you know that's going to destroy your ass. So you're gonna say, no, you call them and see what they, bro. You know what they're gonna say. I just finished my Crucible a couple months ago. You know how the politics is, goofball. So you know if you call them.
Yo, who's in the background?
There's a lot of dick eating in the
Providing
background.
Whoa.
Respectfully.
Yo, you can't throw respectfully on that after. You sound like Rosenberg.
You can't be.
Lot
Let
of dick eating going on right here in the background. Lot of dick eating.
Yeah, Rosenberg had a lot to say over the weekend too. We go.
Get my dick out your mouth. A lot of dick
Yeah, no.
eating
My
going
thing is
on.
though, like Hansel's cooking, like just let him cook. Don't jump in right now. This is his moment. You know what I'm saying? Let him.
Everybody got to be a part of the show, man. But
Man,
you know what? To DNA's credit, though, he was saying, listen, even if I call them, they don't want to hurt their investment right now. And they're not going to want to pay me what I want for you at this current moment. Yo, and he said, listen, man, we don't have to go to the Riot or the URL route. I can book it myself and make this happen. You know what I'm saying? So you get DNA interested enough, man. You might just George Bush the button and make this thing go through.
Well, then towards the end of that exchange on Twitter Space, then they mentioned the riot, and he's like, "Yo, KP definitely think I'm ready." So this is Hansel. He's like, "KP definitely thinks I'm ready." So if I call KP, you go answer that call, and DNA's like, "They got my number, yeah." And it's funny because all the guys are like, "Oh, now it's about money." And DNA's like, "I can't get paid. I can't get paid. What you mean now it's about money?" Yes, it is about money, 100%. This is how it works. I want to take the time to say I love this energy from Hansel. In a climate and a year of battle rap that's been filled with people trying to be characters, drama, and a lot of things off the script away from the production on the stage and the raps. Moments like this get me excited again because it's like it gets to be competitive, it gets to create banter, it gets to really have this energy that I like in the culture. You know, my man Hansel went and changed his profile picture to DNA. He started posting clips of all of John John's terrible schemes.
Oh man.
Like he's been terrorizing the man. You know what I'm saying? And he like tags us and all this. He's like, you got this one? You got this one? You clipping this? You quoting this? One tweet, he was like, I ain't see LTBR quote none of this today. I feel some type of way. I was just like, damn, hold on, man.
Hold on, man.
I hit up Jay Small. I was like, why are you not covering Hansel? And Small was like, I didn't know I became the watcher of Hansel. I'm sorry.
Yo, listen, man, we always talk about how a lot of these newer guys don't promote, don't market, don't, go after these vets in a way that draws attention. You know what I'm saying? He definitely got the attention of the community this past weekend for sure, man.
Did he do too much?
I mean, what is doing too much? You know what I'm saying? Like, did he call him out of his name? Did he attack his family? Did he attack his kids, his wife, or anything like that? Or did he just say, hey, man, I want to battle. I don't think you're that good. I think I'm ready. Let's get it rocking. You know what I'm saying? In but so many words. You know what I mean? I feel like doing too much is when you step outside of the realm of battle rap reality and you start saying things that A, either you wouldn't say in public, or B, you start taking things outside of rap and you don't even know a person like that. That's when you're doing too much. It's one thing if, two of y'all grew up in the same backyard, went to the same schools, and now whatever, y'all got some sort of like rap beef and you want to take it outside of that. I can see that. But like if you don't even know a person and you start taking it outside of that, then you're doing too much. But if you're keeping it within the realms of just like rapping and you want the battle to get done, then it's not doing too much. You know what I mean? I know like the vets, they always say, there's a way to go about things. Like it's like a lot of them want you to almost like hit them up behind the scenes, like, yo, I respect you, I want to battle you. And they always say if you go that route, then they're more inclined to give you the battle. But if you go that route, sometimes it's all about the perception and stuff like that. Like depending on how you do it, it may seem like you bootlicking or you automatically concede like, oh, this person's just, they're up there and I'm just happy to be breathing the same air as you if you choose to battle me. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, man, you gotta throw a couple of rocks at these dogs and see who hollers.
Was it LeBron or Kobe that was like, whenever I see a player in my shoes, I know I'm gonna bust their ass? Like,
probably Kobe, probably Jordan. Now, if you don't play in my shoes, I'm not gonna put their ass.
Yeah, so one of the three goats.
One of them dudes. I definitely don't think it was LeBron. LeBron's probably like, oh, he's wearing my shoes. He really likes me.
Hold on, don't rule him out. Don't rule him out because if we Google it later, it's him. We're gonna be like, damn, we were wrong.
Oh man, yeah. But definitely sound like something Kobe or Jordan would say.
Okay, so one of them were like, whenever I see somebody wearing my shoes, I know I mentally got them. I'm gonna bust their ass. So I feel like sometimes when the vets want these guys to be respectful and like, pay that homage and also kind of like that tutelage of like, hey, like salute, I want this battle. Like you've already mentally given into the idea of like, yo, like I have to surrender a part of my pride to know that there's enough honor for you to get in the ring with me. You know what I'm saying? And I guess for some cases it works where there's like no backstory. You know what I'm saying? But URL's big on like try to find a way to sell the battle, create the market for it, talk about it, get people, go on Caps the show, do an interview, do something to get traction behind it.
Right.
And this traction this is healthy, man. I'd rather talk about Hansel arguing with John and DNA than some characters in the culture doing weird things. Okay.
I hear you, player.
You feel me? So John John's kind of like he feels like people comparing this to him and calling like when John was like wanting battles, people felt like he was chasing. So he's like, it's not the same thing. And then I seen DNA was like, oh, I'm done with you, you weirdo. Good night, no more battle. And I'm just kind of like,
good night.
Come on, man. Like this is healthy banter, man. This is healthy.
I mean, did Hansel say anything that was really like crossing the line or anything like that?
I'll tell you what, he just tweeted us again not too long ago. And it says right here, can you read that out loud for me, sir?
Briz voice. Put that in your blog. Bigger than the blog, it's on the podcast. It's on the podcast, player. No, man, like I said, if you're not stepping outside the lines of talking about somebody's family or something outside the lines of rap, then it's all fair game, man. We understand what everyone's doing. Everyone's trying to get a battle, trying to get their name in circulation. So, yeah, throw a couple rocks, man, at these dogs sometimes.
I'm here.
You showed them
man.
too much respect. They'd be like, man, you all on my dick. You know what I'm saying? You over here dick eating, tweeting me, talking about respect. You want
Now,
a
if you wanted to turn around and just be like, Hansel, put in more work. Like, you fire. I like this energy. We can keep this going, but I need to see more. No one's gonna contest that,
Right.
because between the ease and the Holmesy battle, straight to a top tier, when you might have not been the performance of the night in either of those battles or those cards, like I that's fair. And to be honest, if it gets booked, I wouldn't even pick Hansel to beat these guys. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
so
Well,
like,
you know what was funny though, when they were talking about, well, Rum Nitty, Flair Soul got Rum Nitty out the gate. Like, why can't I get you or whatever? And then, he's like, hey, well, URL feels like Flair Soul's skill set is at a different level than yours, and you're not ready. So that's why they gave Flair, Rum Nitty. So it's like another way of being like, you're just not ready. They don't feel like you're ready and stuff like that. But, this is a different day, man. This is a different day. Instead of waiting 3-4 years to battle these dudes are getting these guys right after like their crucible run in a setup battle. You know what I'm saying? 2 setup battles the most. And then it's like, all right, can you sink or swim? Like, we're not going to wait 2 years to see if we're going to throw you on rookies versus vets. Like, let's get this now.
Yeah. I mean, you look at, I guess you could look at the UM4 class, the most recent class prior to them. They're also like partially first Crucible class, partially not, because some guys didn't go to the Crucible there. That class took a while. Like, they took their time to get to, big cards, high profile battles, top tier opponents. Like, it took a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? Even with UM1, it might have felt a bit accelerated, but all those guys battled a solid 4 or 5 times prior to getting a big vet. Like, Fonz won a whole tournament before he got Av. Like, Easy had 3-4 battles before he got to Danny and T Top. Chaos had a solid 4 or 5 battles before he got to Danny. Real Sick had a solid 4 or 5 battles before he had his first main event against Mike P. So like, I love the energy that these guys have. Obviously, some of the skill set may differ between some people. Like, you may think Flair is that much better than Hansel. He might have just got more opportunities, and he might have like really excelled in those opportunities to showcase why he's worthy of a Nitty, or worthy to be on the stage and compete with a Nitty, I should say. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to say Hansel, we need a little bit more. That's fair. I think that's fair. But again, I like the energy.
The energy is there, man. That's what we need. Energy is definitely there. We always complain about these dudes not talking enough, not doing enough, especially after a great weekend. What do we always say? If you have a good weekend, stay in the public's eye, man. Like, stay in the cycle, stay in that news cycle. So he's doing exactly just that. He's doing this part of the game, and he's definitely working that angle. I'm proud of him for that.
Yeah, me too. I don't necessarily want any of these battles right away. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to see him develop more, but plant the seed. You know what I'm saying? Plant the seed, water the garden, let the flower blossom. Before you know it, you might be across the stage from DNA John before 2023 is over.
Exactly, man. Man, I ain't gonna lie, friends. This Bionic 6 class that they got right here, man. They got some troublemakers, man. They got some troublemakers. They got some rabble rousers over here, man. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you. They got some talented brothers.
Do they ever? Listen, man, outside day 2 will be dropping today, but your boys.
Man's got that black phone with the line that don't dial out. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? So your boys, we could give you a little recap before you get a chance to even press play.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean, son? So, oh shit. Speaking of Hansel, look at this. I got another tweet here. I got tagged in the tweet. I just got tagged in the tweet between Hansel and
It's 7
Tay-Rock.
o'clock out there in the West, man. He's shooting at Tay-Rock now?
No, he's not shooting at Twork, but Twork is giving him props. Hansel,
Oh,
you talk about my big hat one time, the battle is off. He's got the attention of the people.
Listen, man, Tay-Rock's in Jamaica right now, man, chilling on vacay, responding to these, you know what I'm saying,
So
to these call outs, man.
and I'm just happy that he's found a way to get in the mix because I felt like the class was really big, like Footz, and
Right.
and I thought he lost to Ease, even though he had a good, really great first round against him.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, like, damn, is he gonna get like lost in the shuffle? He's like
He's
in
always
EFB. And like he has very high standards to like live up to, and plus out of everybody, he's like the actual rookie. Like he just started battling, so like he is the most genuine and pure form of a rookie. But the rest of his classmates, man, terrorizing some of these vets, man.
Boy, can we talk about JC and Klutz?
Let's talk about some of these day 2 outside battles, man. Let's talk about JC and Klutz, man.
Where do we start, yo? Because you know, friends, there was the I heard, you know, report. You know, everyone's reporting, yo, this is what I heard happen. I heard this happen. I heard that happen. Well, you know, here at LTBR, man, we don't do the I heard reports. You know what I'm saying? Either we get someone who was there to tell you about it, or, you know, maybe that black phone rang. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But safe to say, y'all gonna enjoy this Klutz versus JC battle. You know what I'm saying? Like these boys were shooting at each other, dog.
Look, I know this shit's technical, but I'm a nerd. I think in a twisted manner. I get annoyed by dumb shit and a lot of these niggas' answers. Like, I hate when niggas don't know the difference between there, and there. Hey, shit makes me want to grip a hammer. Leave their crib in shambles. So next time they're there, their mother's mother gonna be found with a note attached that says fix your grammar. I'm really a G.
I'm really a fucking genius.
Oh my gosh, man.
I got a lot of thoughts on Klutz's performance, man.
Go ahead, player.
All right, so first and foremost, I want to say this. I want to get the critiques out the way so I can get to all the praise. His presence is not it, man. You know what I'm saying? like step that crowd control up. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I have him actually winning the battle. Spoiler alert. But his crowd control as a whole, like he just cannot get them to hold it down. You know what I'm saying? There was no like real like emphasis in there. Like he raps his ass off, and man, he writes very well. So he's able to compensate for that lack of stage intangible that he doesn't present yet. Maybe it'll come with experience. But when you review the game tapes, don't review it so much for what you could have wrote better. Think about things you could have said better and worked the stage better and been a little bit more captivating. But no doubt about that man's pen and material, fire. Now that I got that out the way, boy, man, he's a pen that's like an explosive pen. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those guys is like, all right, I'm going to really find a way to tie this into a haymaker. It's super fucking witty. And he has so many like little subtle lines that I don't even like. He says that they're layered, and I guess that they are, but they're not like intricate. If that makes sense, right? He had like a line where it was like, somebody said I'm born. Somebody said my style is born, and I didn't entertain them. And it's like, oh, that's like, oh shit, that's like witty as fuck. Like it's not even like super like decoding Rubik's Cube puzzle and I got the water ball. Like it's no syllable like splittage, none of that shit. It's just like straight little like subtle little pins and like Easter eggs in it. And he gets real explosive. I love this third round, man. His third round was some substance there. You know what I'm saying? He had a nice little, obviously called JC Jesus Christ. So I was like, oh, it's not Jesus Christ. But then he tied it into why he felt like he was Jesus Christ. And that was a very powerful message.
Yeah, yo. I gotta say, man, you know, JC, he definitely got some reactions from folks after his surf battle and after his Miss Hustle battle going like, what's going on, bruh? Like, oh, why are you slacking? Like, what's going on here? They say what we used to. And I gotta tell y'all, this battle, he brought that pen back, man. He brought the pen back. He brought the energy back. He wasn't slow flow. I know every syllable, JC. Like he was definitely on one. He was shooting back at my man like at rapid pace. And these dudes really went to war. Like, he brought his material, and I'm like, okay, all right. And the next thing you know, it's like my man Klutz comes back, and it's like he's matching it. You know what I'm saying? Then you get to round 2, and it's like, okay, let's see if JC's, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna keep the foot on the pedal, or is he gonna relax? Pull a vet move or something like that. Kept the foot on the pedal, and then once again, Klutz was matching it. Like you said, man, the third round, Klutz definitely went more sentimental. He talked about I won't spoil it all the way, but he talked about a situation where he felt like, he had to question God or question JC. And, you guys will, hear the reasonings behind that and stuff like that. So some might call it a sacrificial round, but he did find a way to incorporate it with like a JC flip and still kind of get at JC a little bit. But it was definitely a sentimental round where some might feel like he sacrificed it or whatever, but it was still dope material. It was definitely heartfelt. It was definitely, quality stuff. And JC was, doing JC in the third. So I will say this. It's a debatable battle. If you're a JC fan or if you're a JC hardcore, you're going to have enough from JC to say, I got JC winning. If you're not a hardcore JC stan or fan, then you're going to honestly call this battle debatable, with plenty of people saying that they got Klutz winning. And if they say they got Klutz winning, you cannot be mad at their decision in this battle, because it was that good. It was a good ass battle, man. I would definitely
It's
say
funny.
that.
I felt that's exactly how I felt on my first watch. Everything you just said, literally, like, I'm like, yo, this is a great battle, but I could see a case for JC. And then on my second and third watch, I'm just like, yo, I'm feeling like really, I'm kind of feeling like Klutz got this, man.
Clear?
I think
you could not even debate it if you wanted to.
No. I mean, JC's rabid fan base, they're satisfied with this performance.
I'm talking about for you, not the JC rabid fan base.
Nah, for me, this is what I think. I think there is a world where Klutz wins on the app. I think it's possible.
I think it's possible too, just knowing JC's base though. Pause.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know, yo. Because there's some battles on the app where I'm like, I know he lost this one. He still pulled the winner. Like, I saw my own eyes. He clearly lost this one, but he still won. So a battle that's this debatable, like,
I'll tell you what.
I'll
tell you what. If he gets that W on the app, that's gonna mean a lot.
Oh no, it does, man. Because you don't just beat JC on the app.
You
don't happen like that.
So
it's like rum or something, man.
Right. So I think it's possible he gets that. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely a possibility. Like I said, man, the battle is a close battle, and they both were gunning, man. So it's definitely a possibility, but it definitely wasn't a walk in the park for either dude, man. They both had to. You know what's crazy? Like, this class is really not afraid to celebrate the elders. You know what I'm saying, in the community. Like, they're not afraid to say, you were my idol, or like, I really studied your style, or you were the one that I looked up to when I was 14. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, Klutz been watching JC since he's 14. So it's like, these guys are not afraid to admire, the vets and stuff, but at the same time, they're not coming in there like they're scared of them, or they're just happy to be in the ring with them. Like, it's a different breed, man. I agree with you, though. When they step up to them bigger stages and all that.
Yeah, there's
still some things to work on. You know what I mean? You got the pen down pack and all that, but you step up to them 1,000, 1,500 room people.
I got to that critique out the gate because I'm aware the attendance.
Nancy.
Nah. But because I'm aware the attendance that weekend wasn't, at the highest level it could have been. Like, it might have been 150 people at most in the building that weekend. You know what I'm saying? I actually heard day 2 was smaller than day 1. So like, I've heard there might have been like close to 60 to 75 people in there. So it's like, he's not even rocking like a big room at that point. I've seen private events have more people than that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I'm just like, all right, like, there's a level of patience here that you guys got away with that you might not get away with in a room that's just 3 times bigger than this, which still wouldn't even be considered to be a big room, like, 400 or 500 people, mid-sized level room. Like, could you get away with all the things that you got away with if the room was 3, 4, 5 times bigger than what you were in front of. Because if you couldn't, and then I'm gonna watch you in that room and be like, Klutz, you lied to me, Klutz.
I'll
You
tell you
lied to
what though,
me.
man. Like that, the level of attendance though would definitely set it up to be a dope battle and what it was supposed to be. Because you got two of these guys who their pen is their major selling point. So it's like, hey, you ain't got to
They
worry
also
about all
were
the
they also
extra
were the first.
performance and all that stuff.
They were
So
also the first battle of the night. You know what I'm saying?
oh man, JC being the first battle, forget about it.
And the
Disciples
words
are going ham, son.
and then the words of Verb. It's easy to go when the lights is on. When the lights are turning on, they testing the mics on you.
Yeah, mic checkers.
Yeah,
But yo, y'all gonna enjoy that battle for sure, man. For everyone who was asking who's Klutz and why is everyone talking about him like that, like the boys got bars, man. So check out that battle and let us know what you think. You know what I'm saying? Drop it in the comments.
Another one of his top 6 classmates, Footz and Jerry Wess, who arguably had the battle of the weekend. You know what I mean? We got a chance to watch it. I heard reports. You know what I'm saying? People like DNA and Anwar that was there said that might have been the battle of the weekend. I'm just quoting them. You know what I'm saying? Just quoting them. I ain't see day one, so I can't say that. I'm just saying what they said.
I
feel me?
I heard.
I heard, and I'm not gonna lie to you, Chief. This is another battle where the same critiques that I would have for Clutch, I have a little bit less.
Klutz.
Sorry, thank you, Klutz. That I just have for Klutz. I would have a little bit of it for Footz, but in a different direction, where it's like you're not always going to have an audience that's this patient with you to take your time on buildups. He definitely has moments where he gets into back-to-back punches and he gets rapid fire again, and he's unorthodox sometimes with some of his flow. So he has so many unique little pockets, but he'll definitely have moments where it's nice, long, and stringed out, and they're all just waiting for the punch, and we're coming back around to it, and then here's the punchline. And I think that's not gonna work when the crowd gets bigger and you're in a more hostile environment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Another good battle, but I felt like he got outclassed a little bit by the veteran Jerry Wess. I felt like with my man, he definitely had some ashy spots there, France. You know what I'm saying, man? Yeah, a couple dry patches, you know what I mean? Some little eczema going on here and there. He's trying things. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You're coming out with some of them rebuttals and then try to rebuttal, it didn't hit, and he had to go, that didn't land.
That was fine.
No, brother. It did not land.
But that was a nice little like.
That was almost like the jazz joint, bro. What the jazz line?
But part of the bar was a landmine bar,
and it didn't land, bro.
A Footz bar bomb. So then when it didn't land, he goes, "That didn't land." Like landmines. So I was like, that's a nice little cleanup for it. It made me laugh.
Yeah. But nah, man.
Last said I ain't laugh.
I ain't laugh. I was like, ass right here, man.
No, the rebuttal missed, but
yeah, the rebuttal missed. But he cleaned it up and all that. But don't get me wrong, Footz definitely had quality material, you know what I'm saying? And I did like when he started changing up his flow and stuff like that. But Jerry had like a lot of sneaky bars, man. Just a lot of like two-word punchlines here and there and stuff like that. And of course, Jerry's got a flair for the dramatics, you know what I'm saying? So third round, just be on the lookout for it. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely there. I don't know how he gets hooked up to the PA system, and I don't know how much he's tipping these sound men. I don't know if he's giving them, gift cards to Buffalo Wild Wings and all that, you know what I'm saying? Courtesy of the Brooklyn mob, you know what I mean? But he definitely knows how to utilize everything, man. What you got going on there?
Sorry, I was pulling up clips for our latest
segment. Oh, good. Yeah, so Jerry was just on point. Don't get me wrong. He had a couple air balls too here and there and stuff like that. But overall, I just felt like his punch count and punch rate was just a little bit more consistent. And he just showed some veteran tactics that he definitely used out there to edge out the victory, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind seeing a battle like one more time just to be like, okay, this is my concrete. This is it. But off of the first, little view in there, I definitely would edge Jerry in that battle, though. But fire battle, good battle. You guys are definitely going to enjoy that.
I can see how in real time and first watch, Jerry might have had a bit of an imposing effect on Footz, right? Because Footz, I have Footz winning the first round, even though I thought his first round started a little bit slow, but he ended it strong.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jerry leaves Earth in the second round. Like Jerry has the round of the battle, which is probably something you're expecting from Footz. Like you're expecting these guys. Maybe they're going to clear these vets, maybe not, but we expect you to at least have a standout enough performance or the round of the battle so that we can walk away talking about you despite the results. You know what I'm saying? You're in that stage where the results matter a little bit less than how well you perform. You know what I mean? And Jerry's second round had so many bombs. I'm not gonna lie, there was some parts of it that I was like, this color scheme got a little crazy. Orange, I'll live you, indigo.
It worked though. It worked though.
No, it worked. It clearly worked. It clearly worked. It clearly worked in that room.
I know what you mean. Trust me, because I was definitely had the eyebrow up. Like, okay, man, when you get there, please make this count. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. Clearly, the room erupted. So, mission accomplished. Who cares about us? We're just watching it on the app. You know what I'm saying? We're just here, like watching it and giving our thoughts afterwards. But in real time, indigo, I'll live you. Orange juice.
You know what that reminds me of? When Josh was like, with macadamia.
Hansel clipped that part.
All men's. You know what I mean? Like, nah, definitely. But
but obviously, again, Jerry connected with the crowd in that color scheme.
Yeah.
And that's a testament of the momentum he built up because he had so many bombs prior to that it's like, even if I don't like this color scheme, so what? He's got momentum. It worked in the crowd. NBA Jam voice, he's on fire. So like, he can do no wrong right now. You know what I'm saying? He also had like a video game bar. He had Pokemon bars there too. Did you remember that?
I heard the what's the dude, Brock or something like that?
Yeah.
Well, I only know that because you told me about it the other day. Oh, brother.
But you see how everybody reacted in the room for it, right?
I did, man. It let me know that everybody is definitely 30 and under.
So Jerry's second round, immaculate despite you know what I'm saying, the color index. And Foot's second round, still pretty solid, but you can see that that's the first time he'd been hit with a round like that ever. And he had to learn how to like overcome that type of pressure. Like, oh shit, this is what it's like. Somebody to put all that pressure back to you. You have to fight back. Yep. And I definitely thought Jerry West's third round took a little bit of a dip from his second.
Closed off strong though.
Yeah, he definitely closed it off strong. Shouts to the prop, always gets creative. You know what I'm saying? Never afraid to take risk. And I like some of the material in Foot's third round just a little bit better, but that round was way too long. He had to find a way to edit that, John. You know what I'm saying? Because like he damn near wrapped himself out the round. And so now I can see how it's like he might have lost you at some point and Jerry still had you captivated, or you thought he was winning, but then he went too long. And in fact, like everybody that was in the building kind of felt like Jerry won. You know what I'm saying? I seen Anwar say it. DNA didn't give a winner, but he said it was one of the best battles that weekend. Footz, you know, he's on camera doing his interview, and then Battle Rap Doc, from you know, big DMV supporter, he pulls up to the interview and was like, he's DMV biased. DMV biased. He pulls up to the interview and tells Footz, I got Jerry beating you 2-3. So like, I can tell the people in there might have felt like, oh nah, Jerry did enough to overpower Footz, but I definitely feel like bar for bar. you can
definitely. It's kind of even. It's kind of, that's what I'm saying. Like,
you can make the argument.
Footz missed some, Jerry missed some. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel like overall, you know, when we writing back home and saying who was the more complete battle rapper, at the end of the day, I would have to roll with Jerry in that one. You know what I'm saying? But it's a good battle though. You guys are definitely gonna enjoy it, man. And I'm glad, man, because you know a lot of people, you know, have been like, oh, URL's events of late, you know, I don't know, this league might be having better events, that league, which, you know, objectively could be true, definitely, but they're definitely setting a tone with these battles. Like, all right, y'all just want good matchups. Y'all might laugh now. Y'all might say, why do we have these names versus those names? But from the battles that I saw, man, and from the battles that you saw, France, like, This is a good. These guys put on, man.
No,
They put on.
It was a good card, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you didn't get a chance to watch the rest of the battles, so I'll just breeze through. I know we're talking about all the top 6 guys. Prep and Ease. Ease handled.
How was that Freak Fest?
Oh man, Ease handled business, man. You know what I'm saying? Ease handled business.
Well, he's been known to handle business. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I just feel like if you're gonna be a high level battle, if you're gonna be a high level battle rapper, like you get Prep in front of you, you have to beat him clearly, and he did that. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got to beat him. I mean, Prep also kind of concedes a little bit. You know, Prep was doing the whole like, you know, this is home. You know what I'm saying? He
this is home, man. He got a good battle. You know, got a good battle.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, I can just tell by the post game interviews too, like how this went. Quickly breeze through the rest. Stumbles pulled an average stumble performance, which where
was he stumbling all through the battle again?
All 3 of them things.
Oh man,
Swamp walks away.
France, I think the stumble stock gotta go, man.
Hey, listen, Swamp
it's past the stop loss. It's time to sell the stock, man.
That's a good transition. We'll get to Chef Trez and Twork in a second. That's a good little word there. Look at you, trader.
Come on.
You know a couple things too. I done lost some money in the market too. You know what I'm saying?
We've all felt that pain, man.
We've all felt that pain. But Swamp walks away with another flawless victory. And Trez and Twork, I really wish you saw that one, only because I feel like this is the most competitive battle I've seen so far on URL.
Word?
Yeah.
You mean from Trez, you mean?
From both of them,
Word, okay.
Because the first 2 rounds, you can very easily argue for either or. I feel like Twork hit higher highs in his first round, but had a bit more, not stumbles, but just like, where he gets in those moments. Oh, we lost Vlad. Sometimes Twork gets into these moments where like he has to repeat himself, or it's like he just repeating the bar, not necessarily that he's about to choke or anything, but just kind of like lost a bit of momentum and placement, so he's getting back into it. That happened a little bit more frequent than we've seen lately in his first round against Trez, even though he had some haymakers against Trez, absolute bombs. But okay, Vlad's back.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Okay, yeah. I was saying that Twork's first round for me had like higher highs, but he had a lot of those moments where like he's repeating a bar where it looked like he's about to stumble or lose place, but he's trying to get refocused and readjusted. And Chef Trez was like, he had 2 solid rebuttals straight through, a lot of really solid to good lines. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing like for me that like blew the gasket off, but he's consistently landing a good jab where it's like, okay, you can argue this guy might have been consistent through the round. This guy might have hit higher peaks with slight stumbles. Pick your poison. Second round, Twork takes off again, and Trez has an even better round than his first. So, like, I'm literally looking at both rounds. Like, if you have it 1-1 and you flip your decisions, Twork 1-0, Trez wins the second, vice versa. Trez wins his first, Twork wins the second. Like, I'm not arguing that. But then the third round for me, I had Twork running away with it a little bit. He had a really good angle about, like, Chef Trez, being a little journeyman and going to RBE, King of the Dot, what he did to the South, leaving the South bullpen, made a lot of nice little dope references tied into it. You know what I'm saying? You could, so that third round angle for me was the most powerful part of Twork's performance. I had him winning the battle personally, but the first 2 rounds was really good. I was really happy. And this is both of their second main event, I think, so far this year. And that's good. It's a good look for both of them. They're both from the 2016 PEG class. It was a very competitive back and forth. Really good battle.
I gotta check that one out. Yo, did you get a chance to see Rum and Souffle?
No, that's in day 1.
That's day, but didn't that happen the second day?
It happened day 2, but it's gonna drop the day 1 batch. I know
they're gonna save the best battle. Right? Okay, all right.
I asked about it. Best believe. Listen, let me tell you something. If I had access to Rum and Souffle, you think we'd be talking about it by now? You what the hell? You don't have to wait for 5 minutes to ask me about that. We would have opened the show with it.
Yeah, you're right, man. I don't know. I thought maybe you were saving the best for last. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
man, we gotta wait for that joint. Yo, they better not play around, man. Like, don't delay this. You know what I'm saying? I feel like This is a good opportunity. I know that they got these, schedules. They dropping 3 battles a week and stuff like that. And sometimes they drop the whole card and all that. But this is a good opportunity to drop the whole card right now. We know what's about to happen this weekend. You know what I'm saying? We know who's, got a live event going on. So listen, let's get the people talking about these dope ass battles. People have been hearing from the I heard reports, and now people want to make up their own minds. They want to make up their own decisions. I've seen people who said they don't got the app talking about they want to get the app just to check these battles out because they've heard so many good things about it. And I'm just thinking, man, the longer you make people wait, the less they're gonna want to talk about it. And we know, man, there's a good card coming out this weekend, friends. You know what I'm saying? The goat versus the dog. And I'm just like, what better way to get people talking than to drop it now? You know what I'm saying? Before the algorithm shifts. You know what I mean? Even though they're not in the YouTube algorithm or nothing like that, but the battle rap algorithms, you know what I'm saying? We know how this game works. So this is a prime opportunity to drop these battles. I want to see it. I don't want to wait any longer to watch Saflair and Rum battle. Like, let's not wait too long. I know you got to drop these day 2 joints, but please, 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 man, let's get these joints before Friday. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm hoping.
Hey, man, I'm not gonna complain. I wanted to see. I really want to see the day 1 battle too. I want to see how Hansel did against Holmes. You have to talk. Hansel, if I
like that,
Hansel, if I watch this battle and I don't have him winning,
oh man, if it look different on Cam,
I might gotta redact some things, my good guy.
If it look different on Cam, it's gonna look crazy.
I'm glad you mentioned the event of this coming weekend. That's a great topic we're going to segue to, but I do want to give big shout outs to Rum Nitty. You know what I'm saying? Balance of Flair Soul. Then a quick turnaround time goes to I Battle the following weekend battles Appa. Back-to-back battles, back-to-back main events against back-to-back guys from
fire
Maryland.
Battle. Both dudes was on fire.
Yeah, both dudes is on fire. And that's a moment where you look at Nitty and just tip his hat and say, you know what? These are the moments for the culture that this is why we champion you. You know what I'm saying? You literally gave 2 rising talents looks, and both guys are dangerous in their own perspective. Like Appa he holds the headband at I Battle. You know what I'm saying? He's become one of their premier guys over there, and you're battling him there where he's like ready to just completely be in his element. And he's taking Saflair, who obviously probably has a very high talent, you know what I'm saying? Very shortly in his career, 2 main event battles, a win over Chess, a competitive battle with Nitty, 2 main events. Summer Madness and volume appearance. Like, his resume is looking very nice, and you took that guy. So salute to Nitty for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But we do got the dog versus the goat this weekend. And I'm not gonna lie, man. Between the face off to now, like, I don't know if I learned any more about this battle for real.
What you mean?
Like, the face off was confusing. It was a very confusing face-off.
You left scratching your head after watching it?
I definitely left scratching my head after many segments, but I will say this: there was one quote that Mook had in that face-off that was perfect.
Okay,
he was like, "I don't know what I'm saying, but I know what I'm doing." So I was like, you know what? There might be no better sentence. This might be no better sentence to describe who Murda Mook is than this one right here.
Yeah. I mean, he tried to explain it like by the time he's finishing one sentence, he wants you to understand another sentence, but he feels like you should have caught up already. And therefore, he gets frustrated from people not understanding what he's saying. I'm like, I get it as you're explaining it, but I'm like, just slow down. Just think the thoughts through before you speak.
Well, Rex had to shine. Give him that shit.
Yeah.
Slow it down.
Word, man. But you know, as long as when he gets up there and raps, he knows exactly what he's saying. He's not getting confused. He's not tripping up over things. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, friends, honestly, this battle could go either way. You know what I'm saying? All depends on like what's the atmosphere like, what's the vibes. I do know this. I do know that Mook has more in that tool belt than K does, as far as like the arsenal is concerned, as far as switching up different flows. Being able to go a little bit deeper with his battle rap angles. You know what I mean? We know that he's a master at that. We know that he's a master at painting pictures. I feel like if Bigg K gets on a run and he captures that energy and he gets that momentum and he doesn't stop, he becomes very dangerous because his one-liners hit very hard. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like when you go back and you watch certain battles, repeatedly, you know, the one-liners that hit hard the first time, the second time, sometimes you start to look at, well, what's this other guy saying? What's the other guy doing? Like, what kind of pictures is he painting? Like, what kind of angles are going on here and stuff like that. And Mook is notorious for that. When you go back and you just really start listening, and you're like, okay, all right, And I feel like K, I don't want to say proposes a different kind of challenge just because he's white. Because I mean, obviously he's battled like Iron Solomon before, so it's not his first foray into battling a white dude or whatever. So I feel like whatever you know lessons he could have took from that one, he's definitely gonna apply it to this Bigg K battle. And sometimes with Mook, man, just like with that Gotti battle, before he had his infamous face off with you, he wasn't. It convinced him a little bit more, like, oh no, I know what I got to do, and I'm going to do it. And he had that same moment in this face off with Bigg K that makes me go, all right, if Mook said that, I believe him now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. This battle could go either way, but I'm going to edge Mook in this battle, man. You know what I'm saying? But
I want to take a different approach instead of giving an analysis to the battle. I mean, I am going to give an analysis to my prediction, but I want to hear this from you.
Yeah.
What does a win do for either of these guys? Like, what happens if Mook beats Bigg K? What happens if Bigg K beats Mook? Like, what does a win do here for these guys?
If Mook beats Bigg K, it's another day at the office for Mook. I feel like, because I mean, where else is he going to go? You know what I'm saying? He's already top of the food chain. Like, where else is he going from here? He doesn't have picks. He says, if you got the bread, pick whoever you want. I don't care. I'm just here to get my bag and to put on the best performance for the people who admire my work. For Bigg K, though, he said some big words already. He says, he definitely wants to change things up. He definitely wants to shake things up in the culture, and he wants to win this battle. Like, a lot of times battle rappers are just like, oh yeah, I'm just here to do my thing, blah, blah, blah. But, he said that he wants to win this battle. Like, I feel like this battle would mean something to him personally. And on top of that, it helps out RBE because it's like, he's known as an RBE guy. So now it's like, oh, one of our guys, you know what I'm saying, has taken down one of the most illustrious battle rappers ever in all time. And I definitely feel like it helps his stock. So if somebody was on the fence of whether, is Bigg K on this tier, that tier, this level, I mean, we seen what it did for Verb when he won versus Mook. I mean, different set of circumstances, but it opened up a door to other arguments that people can have for him and his status in the game.
I'm looking at it like Bigg K's resume is so, like, on paper, just so, like, accomplished. You know what I'm saying? It's so well decorated. And he had an interview with ARP where he was like, people are not going to realize it now, but years down the line, when you look back at like my career and see all the names I've battled, they'll get it. And he's like, you know what? He might be right, man. 5, maybe 10 years removed from now, when you're just putting everybody's name and their catalog or resume next to it, and you look at Bigg K, he's gonna be like, yo, hold up, who is, like, if you just like if you didn't know these guys' career, just put like blind resumes, you're like, this guy's the GOAT.
That's why we got eyeballs, friend. That's why we got eyeballs.
But the point is, like, this is a very special crowning achievement, and I really genuinely feel like Bigg K is coming in there to treat this guy like a regular battle. Not regular, like he's gonna obviously step to the occasion, but he's just like, yo, this is a big moment, but like, you ain't no different. Like, you a bum like everybody else. You a chump. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm intrigued by that. And for Mook, like, all right, obviously he's at the pinnacle, so there's not much more he can get to. But I'm gonna be honest, Vlad, I feel like the culture is exciting when Mook does well.
Absolutely.
He's
What
one.
happened when he beat Geechee?
I mean, look, regardless of the outcome of a Mook battle, whether he's amazing or people felt like he was underwhelming, you're going to get an excessive amount of response and traffic. So you win regardless as a content creator with Mook's results. Yeah. But when he's good, I feel like it creates a very healthy balance of like, oh shit, like who can conquer this obstacle now? Because you see him in that small room against Rock, and then you start to say to yourself, who can rock with him in this environment? Then you see him against Geechee, and it's like he's figured it out. He's performing now. He's doing all the things that he wasn't doing prior on the stage. Now he's become more of like a real lethal threat. So when he says things like Nitty's very easy for me to beat, I'm like, yo, he might be right. You know what I'm saying? So it continues to increase my interest in further Murda Mook matchups. And of course, Murda Mook, Loaded Lux, their guys are like, they come outside. We're here for it regardless, right? You know what I'm saying? But there's a special level of interest that is like increased for me to see Murda Mook in certain battles, and especially one like this one where it's like the first time there's like no backstory for real,
right?
Nothing's going on, and more importantly, you're in an environment that probably would suit your style the best. You know what I mean?
No, definitely, man. And look, I know we seen the battles last time. That blue room, definitely a Pro K room for sure. You know what I mean? But let's not get it confused, man. Murda Mook will show up with 100 people. You know what I'm saying? To make the room even immediately. So I think it's definitely gonna be, you know, an even battle, a fair matchup, and may the best man win.
Now, my analysis on it all, I agree with you. Murda Mook has way more gears to shift into with his pockets and his intricacies. And I feel like this is a battle where you can get a closer version of his Twork performance than his Geechee battle. But even then, still, the Twork battle is an empty room. And the blue room versus an empty room is still two different fucking rooms, right? So, like, how much of that can he get off? I'm intrigued. But, like, what does he say to Bigg K? Like, what angles does he have for Bigg K exactly? You know what I'm saying? I hope he doesn't just go for a generic white angle because, like, I don't think that's going to work. But I don't know. I'm going with Mook mostly because he has so many different pockets. But I am really like looking at it like, what do you say to Bigg K though? You know what I'm saying? Because Bigg K could get away with being very general and of being effective.
Yeah, look. Mook says, you know, I know some guys from around your way. Blah blah blah. I think this just might be like, it's gonna be a battle of the wits. You know, obviously the lyrical content, all that stuff. But, you know, it's going to be some gangster talking going on, and you can definitely make that happen for 3 rounds. You know, I think it's not a thing that you got to overthink it or get like too, you know, it ain't February. It ain't Black History Month. So you ain't got that crutch to lean on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't have to get too crazy with that angle. But, you know, never know what these guys know about each other and stuff like that, or ways that they can present things. You know, I mean, obviously, Mook's history is out there for us to know about. You know, he's been an open book for like 20 years, pretty much. With Bigg K, you don't know much about him. I mean, A-War just let us know that his family owns, what's it called? Spook Town or something like that?
Oh, the haunted house? Spooky.
Yeah, what's it called? And it got the word spook in it, right? Come on now. It's kind of, really? Couldn't think of nothing else, but it got the word spook in it, right? Okay. That's on brand, right?
It's scary. It's scary, spooky.
Oh, spook. Spook. You know what a spook is, right?
I don't want to know.
You don't want to know? Go look up your Urban Dictionary and let's look up the word spook for everybody.
Oh man. Spook Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, spook, yeah.
Okay, I've seen enough.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
but wait, we can't use the word spooky for haunted houses? Like, what's going on now? Like, I'm confused.
You know, now when you get accused of certain things, they get accused of, you know what I mean?
Oh, man.
You gotta pick that word. All right. But anywho, you know what I'm saying? But I do think that I don't think Mook's gonna, you know, he'll probably throw little darts here and there at the white angle like you have to. I mean, Bigg K ain't afraid to, like, you know, poke at any race angles or anything like that. So I don't think Mook is, but I don't think he's gonna go crazy. I don't think it's gonna be to the point where it's boring. I don't think he's gonna turn into Trayvon again. You know what I'm saying? Or go that
No,
route or that
no,
angle. So, I don't think we need to worry about Skittles or anything like that.
no, not at all. And you know what? Maybe maybe you don't even have to worry about him trying to be surgical with K neither, because he's gonna be in a room where he's like, oh, like with Geechee, y'all wanted me to be ignorant. Now I can be ignorant in a room where I don't have to worry about performing so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
let me show you how much
Because he said that. He said
how much range I got. So
yeah, he said this is what you guys want. This is what you guys want to keep seeing. I'm gonna keep feeding that to you. So I think he's just gonna battle. I think it's gonna be a battle of the wits. You know what I'm saying? Throwing in with some gangster stuff and stuff like that. And then it's gonna be, may the best man win.
we go ahead and pull up this RB card while we give our lightning predictions. Yeah, I think it's gonna be just straight rapping contest for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody's gonna overthink this too much. I hope not, because I don't see a necessary. I just don't want to see the white angle. You know what I'm saying? Because there's an excessive
Unless
amount.
it's executed properly. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think
Unless
you're the
it's
one.
executed properly.
You're the one that mentioned this. Like, there's a little bit of a race war with this too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
There's a
listen, I have not seen one Caucasian male individual pick against Bigg K yet.
hey,
Not
shout
even
out,
objectively. You
shout
know
out,
what I'm saying?
shout out to Jay Smo, because he definitely has the dog striking again.
Hey, I thought Jay Smo might have been a little ethnic. You know what I'm saying? I thought maybe it was Armenian or something. You know what I
No, smoke. But those are the moments where I'm stopping and I'm looking at the Bigg K argument, and I'm just like, yo, you make a compelling case, because like, what if you just like straight, just like, obviously he stays in his one pocket that's really effective, but like,
mean?
again, you go back to that A-War battle. There's a lot of things there that's not necessarily tailored to A-War, and it's just rocking the fuck out that room. So it's
Yeah.
like, you telling me he can't do those that exact same first time I shot a gun, I closed my eyes and hit something. That same bar could have been used against Mook. Literally everything about that.
Absolutely.
And it would have.
But
No,
go ahead. No, go.
I'm saying like, if that exact same sequence would have worked, cut, copy, paste, regardless of the opponent, that lets me know you can get into a real bag of like just general gun bars that could really cause some damage. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. But you know how battle rap works though. Sometimes the material don't hit the same based upon who's standing against you, And what did that man do? Because A-War is not no gat buster or nothing like that, or this, that, and the third. So it's like the same bars you might be able to use for Ward that got the whole crowd going crazy. Maybe they don't go as crazy. You know what I'm saying? Versus a Mook or something like that. So not that they won't react or like give it love, but it may not be to the same level. So you definitely gotta, gotta compose some stuff specifically for this man. Like I'd hate if it was just all generic and whatnot, but I definitely feel like he's definitely gonna let some bombs fly for sure. And K is capable of winning this battle of dropping bombs and stuff like that. Like I'm not gonna sleep and act like he's not. You know what I mean? Like he definitely is capable.
Are you ready for a world where if Bigg K beats Murda Mook, clearly he is now like a champion of the year front runner and has like the 2 biggest wins so far this year? Are you ready for that?
Hey man, it is what it is, right? People go out there and rap. We talk about it and critique it. It is what I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It could be an alien that flies down to Earth and decides he wants to battle. If he's got 4 fire battles this year and he's smoking everybody, we're gonna give it to some Martian. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's all good with me.
All I'm saying is it's in play. It's absolutely in play.
Imagine the front runners are Bigg K and Miss Hustle for Cody this year. Like, big bananas, man. 1 and 2.
Unruly.
But it's gonna be interesting though. I'm there. I'm tuning in, bro.
We all there. We all there.
The post game, boy. Oh my gosh.
The group chat is gonna be lit, and I can't wait to make Smo write all these brick recaps. You know what I'm saying?
And shout out to all the watch parties going on. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs. Make sure y'all not collecting donations.
Yes,
services.
I like that word, donations.
Donations for your services.
Yeah,
of the community.
Let's do a lightning round prediction for the rest of the card.
Let's go. All
right, man. Ill Will versus King Los.
I'm gonna roll with Ill Will. William, one of the best, and I mean, besides the 40 cal battle, he don't play around with these dudes. He's about to go in. And his promo game's been on point. So that lets me know he's in tune with this battle. And he's definitely gonna make his mark known.
I got Ill Will as well. I've been a big King Love supporter. He's battled on all three levels of a battle rap audience: small stage, big stage, smaller crowd. So I kind of like the fact that he's done all that against names that I respect, and he's arguably undefeated. So I could definitely see this being a super competitive battle. But I feel like we're due for one of those Ill Will
breakout battles.
Yeah, one of those like, this motherfucker is too good, man. This motherfucker is too good. You know, we're very big pro Ill Will, so I'm going with Ill Will on this one. All right, this one, I wasn't as interested in this one prior to this week, but Charlie Clips versus Rosenberg Raw.
I don't know, man. This one is like, it's tough to call because Clips has faced a lot of backlash. And usually after a lot of backlash, he comes back and does like good. You know what I'm saying? But Rosenberg's been Rosenberg. And it's like you want to reward the consistency in someone who's, you know, out there putting the foot to the pavement and all that stuff. I'm going to roll with Rosenberg this battle, man.
I got Rosenberg, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Clips, like you being as consistently lackluster as you've been as of the last couple battles, it's an effort thing, and it's also kind of like how much farther can I go into my world of battle rap? You know what I'm saying? He's also one of those guys that's hit the pinnacle that if Clips wasn't battling anymore, like nobody would look at like, oh snap, like he just retired. Like he has a very illustrious career, and you would actually be surprised that he's still as active as he is to this day. You know what I'm saying? But somebody like Rosenberg is not going to play with an opportunity as such. Definitely one of the biggest plays he's gotten, if not the biggest play he's gotten so far on RBE. So I'm looking at that where like he's not going to drop the ball in this opportunity. And how much do I trust Charlie Clips in the small room right now, in the room where the energy is very hostile, and and Rosenberg had a lot of interesting things to say. Like he feels some type of way. He's angry. You know what I'm saying? And I like that. I like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Clips didn't do a good job of convincing me that that he's really not gonna freestyle and he's gonna hunker down and all of a sudden write all these bars out and have these strong crafted 3 rounds and stuff like that. I'm like, Clips on the road, Clips getting money. You know, some people when they don't battle a lot, they're more focused than people who you would think if you're battling consistently spaced out, you'd be more in the groove of things and stuff like that. But I feel like with Clips, like if he's in a good groove, you get a good set of battles from him. When he's in that groove where it's just like Charlie Chips, you know what I'm saying, just getting that bread, it's kind of like you're gonna get what you're gonna get, you know. And Rosenberg, he don't want to be the one to lose to these freestyles.
Charlie Clips getting them. Charlie Clips getting them chips again.
Last RBE.
But you know, then there's a flip
back from Switzerland.
There is a real flip side to this argument, and you could look at his RBE run. And you're like, no, he's always showed up in RBE though. And if there was ever a time for him to show up and be like consistent, I can see a world where ARP is like, yeah, you know, we got a vintage Clips today, man. You know what I'm saying? we got blue room Clips. It's something about that blue room that just make everybody.
Yo, man. Beasley's gonna be steaming, man.
Oh my god!
You can see the smoke coming off his dome. Like, really? We give you these big bags, Clips. You come over here, you freestyle, you're laughing, you're having fun on our stage, and then you go across the street. You want to put on the performances of your life. Oh man,
I can see a world where people eat that the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you what though, Charlie Clips is not being no Rosenberg Raw 30%. All right.
No, that's ridiculous, man.
That's ridiculous, and that's just like straight like I have hatred for you to say. And let me tell you something. Somebody said that to Rosenberg Raw, and he didn't take kindly to those words.
Oh, dick eating. Over there, dick eating old John. Eating a big hoagie sandwich. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, if Clips does pull out a masterful performance. If I'm Beasley, I'm hitting up clips like, yo, bro, like don't come over here for a hot second, man. Like you can't keep doing this to us, yo.
This is unacceptable.
Unacceptable, man. Now, but I will say this for Rosenberg though, prepare like you're gonna get a 90% Charlie Clips though. You know what I'm saying? Because with
Most
Clips, it's like
definitely.
you honestly never really know what can happen. So prepare like you're gonna get a 90% Clips, and you'll be all right, man.
All right, let's keep it rolling here.
Let's roll.
We also got Show Off versus Chef Trez. Chef Trez is on his third battle in 3 weeks. He battled Twork 2 weeks ago.
Whew.
He battled Gunpowder Pat on We Go Hard. He was out here in New York
Right.
just this past weekend. Heard they put on a really dope battle.
I heard.
And yeah, I heard. And now he's got Show Off for real quick. Let me plug this in. The battery's not on my laptop.
Mm-hmm. And while France is doing that, listen, man, there is such a thing called battle fatigue. And I know that Trez is a road warrior and he's used to going out on the road and battling week after week after week. I get that. But Show Off has been chilling. Show Off has been relaxing. Show Off is going to be there to defend his home court, you know, a company that he has equity in and stuff like that. So he says. So I feel like, you know, he's going to take this one a little bit more personal because, you know, my man Trez, he was putting in some work at RBE for a period of time over there, but now he signed a 2-year exclusive URL contract. But he had this battle still obligated to finish, so that is why he is on this card. If you're wondering why, is because this was already booked before he signed the URL contract. So you know you can throw, you know, your tinfoil hats out the windows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
no, that's what I wanted to get at. Thank you for
yeah, no problem. But I do feel like Show Off is just gonna have a little bit more to show off for this battle, and it's a battle to show off, man.
Honestly, bro, as somebody that has picked against Chef Trez's last 2 battles, main event battle against John, rose to the occasion, solid battle, pretty a little bit closer on the rewatch. From when we first got a chance to black phone that battle, you know what I'm saying? And now this battle with Twork that I really liked, even though I do have him losing it, I'm looking at it like, yo, you just had 2 headliners on URL in battles that I didn't think you could win against 2 top tiers that I didn't feel like you necessarily were in the same realm as, and you competed with one that made it a really good battle, and then you beat the other. So I'm like, I can't keep going against it, right? Like it's proving me wrong.
I mean, it's 1-1, so it's
arguably
like, you know,
arguably 2-0.
So you can argue the Twork battle?
Definitely. I
all right.
think
okay.
So.
I didn't see it, so I'm not gonna say that you can't. You know,
I don't have him winning it. Let me reemphasize that. I don't have him winning it. Somebody like Titus would definitely have Chef Trez winning. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, but I mean, do you have any concern for the amount of battles back to back though?
I did prior to him seeing him rise to these occasions, because prior to the John battle, like, hold on, let me pull up the number exactly for you, because this is when I was really like, why are y'all picking Chef Trez to beat John? Like, I logically couldn't see it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have as much big stage experience as John. Obviously, he also didn't have what you call it here. John had so much time off from like his surf battle to now. I'm just kind of like really confused at the idea of like Chef Trez just beating somebody that's way more experienced than him on the stage, when we haven't really seen Chef Trez on a big stage like that in years. The last time we seen him on the stage like that was 4 years ago. So I wasn't buying into it, Vlad. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. I pulled it up here. 2021, Chef Trez did 20 battles. 2022, the man did 23 battles. So, and then 2020, and in 2020 he did 23 battles. So you do the math on that. That's almost 70 battles in the span of 3 years. And I'm just like, bruh, like I haven't seen Chef Trez really like captivate me in a long time. And it's been close to 70-some battles. Like I just thought he had battle rap CTE at that point. Like I'm like, all right, like his brain is fried. He's officially in like autopilot robot mode. He's in like let me work and grind mode. Like I didn't know he had anything left in his elevation to rise to these moments. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't know if he had like any more bursts in his step or like his jump shot was still wet. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. Seeing him rise to the occasion against John and Twork lets me know that, like, all right, when there is an important battle on the line, he finna show up. You know what I'm saying? I think he's more talented than Show Off. And more importantly, I'm looking at it like, yo, he's gone on a run. And if he's been able to show off for people that I feel is more dangerous than Show Off, I think he's more talented than Show Off. He's found this level of discipline, and this is who he is. He can battle back to back to back and be good and consistent. I'm rolling with it, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm making check. It's a lot of fucking. It's a lot of fucking battles, though.
A lot of battles.
Like, could you see where I'm like, but now I'm seeing him rise to battles that are important. I'm like, I guess he cares.
For sure. I just feel like when you have that many battles, man, it just doesn't allow you to ever be your greatest self. You know what I'm saying? Because you never have the time to. It's just like working out or anything. Like, you need time to recuperate. Like, you need time to regenerate like brain cells and stuff like that, and thoughts and fresh thoughts and everything. So it's like it never allows you to be, your full potential, I feel like. And also with this being, his last battle that's going to be on RBE for a hot second, I feel like Show Off wants to take advantage of that and make sure, like, your swan song for the next, year and 8 months is not something that's so fantastic that when you come back, it's like, I remember when he killed Show Off for his last battle. Like, I think Show Off is cognizant of that, man, and he doesn't want to be that guy.
Yeah, no, this is a chance for Show Off to really do his like little exclamation of like, this is my company versus your company. And it's like, well, Chef Trez is like a journeyman. He's like, I'm gonna like go wherever the bag is and wherever's treating me right. And
now when you sign that line,
that's what. Yeah, so I mean, going into that room, he's gonna be looked as a URL guy. So
he's gonna be looked at as an op.
But this is something we both left out, Vlad. Where is this battle taking place, sir?
Atlanta, yeah.
So Chef Trez gonna come through. Chef Trez gonna come through with the brims. You know what I'm saying? The homies.
Relax, civilian. Stay on the sidewalk.
All the homies gonna pull up.
Just because you got the hoodie and the mic stand over here, man. Like, relax. 050 the movement.
Hey, listen. All I'm saying is, the people will be in attendance for Chef Trez.
Not for sure, man. But Show Off, man. He's never one to back down. So,
all right, this lightning.
Lock them doors. Remember that joint?
Let's keep it rolling because I spent a lot of time on that one. Payne and Coach Corleone.
Yo, did you see that face off?
Oh, did I ever?
Bruh, I mean, Coach Corleone kind of got off on him with that face off, man. He had Payne looking a little crazy, man, in that face off.
Shots to Payne for plugging the article.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Salute. And RBE was definitely sitting over there licking his chops. You know what I mean? Like, I got me one. And even though Coach Corleone definitely got the best of Payne in that face off, I'm gonna roll with Payne in the battle, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm actually going with Coach in this battle.
All right, I like this, man. Now we're gonna have something to look forward to, something to talk about after this joint, man.
Yeah, so far we've disagreed in the last couple ones, because I like this. You know what I'm saying? I like this. I'm going with Coach only because I feel like he's a harder puncher, has a bit more range, and like I'm looking at it where it's like I can see him touch more aspects of a battle rapper than Payne. You know what I'm saying? He's a really good puncher, man. Coach is a really good puncher. Obviously, I would like for the people in the back to hold it down a little bit more, because they actually hinder his performance more than help. But when he's in his bag, he's landing some really good lines. Line for line, I can see him giving Payne a matchup problem for sure.
Now, absolutely. I think this is going to be a close battle. Don't get me wrong. I would definitely like to see more dimensions from
Brick by Brick Classic.
A what?
A Brick by Brick Classic.
Hashtag BB Classic. You know what I'm saying? Big Brick Classic, Brick by Brick Classic.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I would definitely like to see more dimensions from Coach, though. You know, like he's definitely punchline heavy, and everyone has their style. And don't get me wrong, you know, but I feel like Payne takes you through more journeys, and he also has a strong pen too. You know what I'm saying? So whereas Coach might be punching, Payne might try to sneak in an angle here and there along with the punches and stuff like that. And then I feel like Payne does a good job of also bringing you into his world. And kind of, I think that's one of the things that's key too as a battle rapper. Like as you're battling, you also want people to know like what kind of person you are, what kind of individual you are. And I feel like Payne does a good job of that also. So, you know, I'm gonna edge Payne in this battle though. I think it's gonna be a super close battle. Would I be surprised if Coach were to win this battle? No, not at all. You know what I mean? It's that type of environment. People do want to hear punches, and you get enough of them off, you know, back to back. You know, sometimes that's just enough, you know, but as far as having variety and things of that nature, I think Payne is doing a better job of that as of right now. But it's gonna be a close battle though. But I'm gonna roll with
Yeah,
Payne.
yeah, that's a good argument. He has a bit more variety. I look at Coach like he's a bit more potent. You know what I'm saying? So like, can Coach hit him harder than Payne be able to have more different like swifty ways to like kind of win this battle? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I also look at Payne as somebody that very very much writes upward. Like he gets better round by round. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate the fact that like you're not necessarily getting a decline in his performance. You're getting he writes uphill, and so like that fundamentally will always present the problem with somebody, just because it's like we have the psychological battle rap mindset of like 1-1 going into the third, and is your third better than this? How you close out the battle? So like
Right.
he has a really good advantage for sure, but I just feel like because Coach punches harder, and because as a puncher you just kind of get better with that experience. He's gonna have some bombs that like I don't know if Payne's gonna have anything line for line to exceed. Feel me?
Fact. Nah, I feel you, big dog.
All right. So let's keep it rolling. We got QB Black Diamond versus Robin Rhymes.
Oh man, I'm rolling with QB, man. I'm rolling
Same.
with QB. Just the experience, the fact she's got her feet wet again, and she's in a good groove. She's shaking off that ring rust that she had when she first came back. Like I don't really see a world where Robin Rhymes can dominate 2 out of 3 rounds in this battle.
Yeah, same here. Same here. I'll be surprised if she wins a round. So I'm gonna leave it at that, so I don't get myself in trouble. We got the first sign brick, the star of the class, the 6'8" power forward. You know what I'm saying? Remedy Loco versus Swave Sever. Team Homie. I don't know what to expect from this battle.
France, man, can I keep it real with you?
I might keep it real with you too.
Listen, man, I kind of feel like, you know, after Swave got thrown under the bus by Rodney, felt like, you know, they had their phone call, they spoke. And I feel like Rodney was like, damn, man, I think I messed up. I got to give Swave a plate. And I got one of these bricks here that hasn't been on a card. So Swave, Remedy, you guys down to battle? You know what I'm saying? I don't think this is just in my brain. I could be completely wrong. I don't think, even if Rodney was tinkering with this idea, I feel like, you know, what happened with that incredible media source, you know, and this whole debacle that happened, and him throwing Swave under the bus, I felt like he had to give Swave something. You know what I mean? And this is what we're getting out of it. Is this a battle that Swave needs to be doing? He's given plenty of shots already and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, would I like to see him against some other competition? Yes. But, you know, it is what it is, man. He's got a brick that he's got on contract that he's got to give battles to, and he just threw his man under the bus. So what better time to rectify a situation by giving him a battle, putting some bread in his pocket, and at the same time promoting one of his bricks, man. So I don't know, man. I really don't know what to expect from this battle either, friends.
I'm trying to figure out what happened to the Reed Dollars Remedy Locals battle. Still, like, how did Reed wiggle his way out of that one? Like, I'm sorry.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe it's gonna be a court case or something.
I got full court press on Reed because his run at RB is filled with every single battle rap violation in the book. All right, he choked against Ill Will in the 3rd round. He pulled out his phone against Bigg K. He recycled against A Ward, and then he no-showed Remedy Loco. He literally pulled every single battle rap offense in his RB run. All right, and I don't know how he wiggled his way out of it. I don't know what happened, Vlad. This should be Reed Dollars. This shouldn't be Swave Sever.
I hear you, man, but let's get this back on track, though. It's definitely ain't about Reed right now.
No, you're right. You're right. I just have to
get back on track.
I just have to get the PSA, make sure people don't forget what the fuck occurred over there.
At Reed.
Yeah, man, because it's like, how crazy is it that all this happened and then it just got swept under the rug? Had this been anybody else, like what? Like,
listen, either he gave that money back, or somebody's gonna be in court. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna leave it be, but I'm not sold on Remedy Loco as a talent. I don't know, not there yet with him. You know what I'm saying? And Swave has been given shots for quite some time. Obviously, one of the original gatekeepers, but I haven't been impressed by one of his like battles where he's giving out a shot in a while. Like, so I don't know what to expect. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna get a really vintage level Swave. The Blue Room activates a good Swave 7 performance, and Remedy Loco rises to the occasion. I really just don't know what to expect from this battle.
Swave has lost some of the power in his punching, man, in his last few battles. Like, it just hasn't been as potent. You know, you can also see him like everything just hasn't been as fluid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just before, like you say, yo, somebody's gonna battle Swave 7. You're like, oh man, Swave is a monster, man. Swave is dangerous. Swave is heavy-handed. You know what I mean? And it's like, you're like, yo, Swave could body somebody. And it's like, I haven't had any of those thoughts about Swave in a hot second. You know what I mean? Not to say he can't snap back into form, you know, at any given time, but it's like even on his own show on Restore Order, heavy bags be getting at him about like, yo, Swave, like, what are you doing, man? Like, this ain't you. Like, you can't be losing. You can't be having these dudes like competing against you like that. Like, you know, just stumbling in battles here. You're not like Swave used to be one of the most feared dudes in battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, he used to be a boogeyman at the doorway waiting for you and stuff like that. Now I feel like, you know, man, some of these young guys, they see Swave on the menu and they're like
licking their chops.
Okay, let me get the Cholula sauce. You know what I'm saying, man? Like they ready. They're ready to feast. You know what I'm saying?
Licking my chops.
I don't know, man. We'll see what happens with this battle.
We do got a lot of bricks on this card. Zay versus Jay Breed. Looking forward to that. You know what I'm saying? Zay's really versatile, has really good angles. And Jay Breed, supposed to be a pen, but you know, he's got a lot of work to do still. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I can't really call that one. I've seen a Zay battle. I can't say that I've seen a Jay Breed battle. You know what I'm saying? Pardon me for that. But we'll see.
We got Tato versus Lady J, and Tato, you had a lot of energy behind every brick at Divide and Conquer 1. I hope that all I hope for Tato is they reciprocate that same energy for you, because if you're rapping and they ain't got that same level of hype, man, throw them away.
Yeah, man, she is the ad lib queen. You know what I'm saying? And Lady J from Houston. Lady J ain't bad, man. She's not bad at all. You know what I'm saying? She's had her moments. You know. I remember when she dropped the panties on blue cocaine's head.
Oh, how can I forget?
Yeah, that was a wild scene in battle rap, man. I ain't never seen no draws get dropped on someone's head, man.
Actually, before Yoshi hit the circuits, back in like 2018. This is league in Jersey called Country Battleground League.
I remember that.
Yeah. And there's this girl on the come up out in Jersey called Lola Footz. You know what I'm saying? She was really like slowly starting to like rise and stride, and Yoshi was like coming out of her pocket to travel across the country to battle in all these leagues. And Yoshi came to Jersey by herself in Lola's hometown, and I was on the stage, and there's no one behind Yoshi, and there's like Lola and all of her people, right? Mm-hmm. So the league owner's like, let's fill this up. Let's fill this up. Come on, man. Everybody get in the middle. Let's make it like a battle. And so Yoshi raps her first round, solid. Lola Footz and her whole entourage is just pumping the gas station. And then there's a moment in Lola's Fitz's first round when she grabs like panties out of like her pocket, and all of her like entourage had panties too, and they all just throw panties at Yoshi. You know what I'm saying?
New
I'm
ones
just
or
like,
worn?
hopefully they were new.
Oh, hopefully they were
You know
worn.
what
You
I'm saying?
know what I'm saying?
Oh man, all right,
Sell
all
them
right.
joints.
So I don't know if this battle is actually on YouTube, to be honest, which makes it even more of a dynamic story.
Aye.
But then Yoshi keeps her composure,
Yeah.
steps up in her second round, and then Lola chokes her second and third round. And so like the Road Warrior getting harassed by everybody here ends up victorious. I took a picture of Yoshi and I'm just like, yo, I've never seen you before. You're fire. I respect your resilience. Let's take a photo. And 5 years later, here we are.
Now look at her. Battle rap superstar. From getting panties thrown at you in a backyard boogie league in New Jersey to the top of the top of the URL.
No. It's a unique story because you don't often see people in the small circus make it out to these levels.
From getting twat mops thrown at you on the country ground battle leagues to now getting custom jackets made by Remy Ma and Chrome 23.
Okay. I don't want to keep laughing, so I'm gonna leave it there. We also got on the card Sniper versus J Slash. I'm here to say is one of you bricks better have a breakout performance. Somebody better have a breakout performance. Because let me tell you right now, my man J Small is ready to unleash on this recap article. Okay. All right. So if y'all is not rising to the occasion, we're gonna write about it.
Yikes. Yeah, man. J Slash versus who again?
Sniper.
All right. Heard of J Slash for sure. Sniper, I got to get in tune with. I got to get in tune with some of these bricks, man. I ain't going to lie to you, friends.
Hey, listen, there's a chance to do so on Saturday, but I think there's 11 battles now.
Ooh.
We're in for a long one.
That's a lot of battles, man.
We're in for a long evening of battle rap.
Yes. Glad you caught that one. Pause.
All right.
But yeah. So, show out. People going to be tuned in early. Show out.
I think that's all I got for today, brother.
That's it, player.
Well, I do want to give a big shout out to CC. She held it down this weekend over at 99 Jams. She had my man Geechee Gotti pull up to the station, interviewed him and all that. And then, the Riot had the annual basketball tournament, which was live streamed this time. That's dope.
Yeah.
And they had the battles the next day, a bunch of one-rounders that was also streamed. Shout out to Geechee for saying, let me put this joint on the YouTube, even though I know like he kind of like would like start a battle, cut the live, so like we wouldn't wait for intermission and cut it back on. And while that's kind of like, I don't want to make y'all wait, sit around, that's smart, but at the same time you actually lose engagement that way. You know what I'm saying? You don't retain viewers because you keep cutting it on and off. People think like, oh, the stream is over, so they just leave. So you would think like that's the best idea so that we don't have to sit there and wait. But no, just keep that bitch running. Hey, or maybe he was using his phone. He's like, I want to save some battery. I don't know.
Exactly, man. It's just guerrilla marketing. He's like, you gonna get it. The
point is, I'm happy he streamed it. The point is, I'm happy he streamed it because that goes back to my initial point of like, we won't be able to see these things if we don't get a chance to get it live. And it's very easy to go live. He had a cell phone standing fucking like this and just went live.
I think Geechee definitely realized that in order to get a lot of his homegrown talent, that exposure, that he's done, I want to say about 3 free cards that you can stream on YouTube and stuff like that. Like he did them live and stuff, no charge, and that is definitely a way for people to get in tune with newer battlers, because if you got a card full of newer battlers that you're trying to promote and you got to pay to watch, it's gonna be like where the watch parties at, you know what I'm saying? But if you're doing it for free and we already around, you know what I'm saying, doing nothing, then it's nothing to just put it on and check them out and see what's up with them. So smart marketing.
Very good marketing. Salute to Geechee Gotti in the Riot. And while Geechee did visit CC at 99 Jams, he did drop a nice little tidbit. You know what I'm saying? Double Impact will be coming this year. We'll be getting a Double Impact. I feel like Double Impact comes in waves, always every 2 years. Last one was 2 years ago. Can't believe it already been 2 years since 2021. Before that was another 2 years ago, 2019. Before that, another 2 years, 2017. So I feel like
special, man. They gotta keep it special.
I
do it every year, then it's like
Yeah, you're right. You're
This
right.
game goes,
So
man.
I like the 2-year gap for Double Impact, and Geechee did say he will be on it with a new partner.
Okay. It's gonna be Geechee and Murda Mook.
And enough of you
East
West
meets
Coast.
West.
Enough of you West Coast heathens. You've done enough of me. God damn it.
All
I give you
right.
plates. I give you interviews. Give you podcasts. I'm not giving you no more raps.
Get it on your own.
Bring me somebody from the East.
No, it's gonna be Geechee and Murda Mook, man. East meets West, yeah.
He should team up with Jazz, the reigning Cody and the reigning Wody.
Relax, man. Relax.
What's wrong with it?
Relax.
They got a show together.
Yeah, relax.
They're spending a lot of time together.
I know, man. I know.
Jazz just moved to the West. It's not far-fetched.
I know.
You know what? Because you are just disappointed, it makes me feel like it's gonna happen now. And when it does, you gotta keep that same energy.
I will. I'm not gonna switch up and go, oh, I'm so excited now. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like, all right.
I've seen you switching a few things, sir.
Hey,
I've seen you switching a few things.
Watch your mouth, player.
I listen to the show. Sometimes you'll have a great thought on something 1 week. 2 weeks later, you're like, France, are we sure this was good? I'm like, you the one that said it was good.
I thought it was 2 weeks ago. Huh? I thought it was. And then I sensed it. I didn't like it.
Listen, man. Listen. TQJ has some words for you because they're saying, how the hell is JC and Klutz close? And they said, we definitely don't watch the same battle because they got Footz being Jerry. So now you got smoke with TQJ as well.
Come on, friends. JC and Klutz is a close battle, man.
Hey, listen, we didn't expect that coming from you.
I just keep it honest, man. It was a close battle, yo. It was a close battle, man. It's all good, though. It's all good, player. It's all good.
The airport code, TQJ, got some words for you.
Man ain't allowed to change his mind. I see how this goes, man. I see how this goes around here. It's like, oh, no, that's what you said. You got to stand on that. I thought it was going to be a good idea. It wasn't. Now I can't say it wasn't. If I stuck to it and lied, then I'd be compromised, right? But I changed my mind to tell the truth. Oh, that's what you said last time.
Hey,
it wasn't going to be good.
I'm the flip-flop king, so don't look at me. I just know how to do it properly.
Mr. Slides, man. You ready to turn them into Nike slides?
And I was sliding with the Nike slides. All right, man. Let's get out of here before we get in trouble.
Let's get out of here, player, man. Yo, log on to letstalkbattlerap.com. We will have the Outside 2 recap. You know what I'm saying? Dropping live. You guys will be able to read it there. And yeah, man, follow us on all socials at LTBR Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. And we will see you guys next week, man. Peace.